Mom says I'm good at it. So this thing she's making me go to should be a breeze. Only it's more like a tornado, because Mom and Dad are both writers, and they're making me miss soccer for this. This is running time I'll never get back, time taken away from that painting of a tree that I'm working on in the attic. I love the attic. It's like the grandmother I never had, because Dad was raised by a single father, and Mom's mom died the year before I came. Although how can I trust that there was anything before I opened my eyes and downright saw it? Anyways, the attic. It's like a friendly ghost. I love the attic, though, even though my writer, motherless parents find it unnerving, all the scary portraits on the wall of random people with the little English that make your insides pour out. But I like how bright it is up there. With all those little dusty light things, this indeed is home. The attic is a hole, an escape, a little beacon of double life that rests in me, and I need to get back to this poetry thing. So here goes. Blue, fuzzy blanket, warm wooden bed, bright indigo pillow where I rest my head, Sleepy Weepy's Hetty from when I was like 3, tasty glass of lemonade on the table next to me. Okay, fail number 1 is done, and soaring into the garbage can at alarming speed. So I'll go over to Macy's house while I wait for ideas. Macy's my third best friend, second to cookie dough ice cream and Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. Because he's cute and he sees the light in everyone and doesn't care that they're not pigs like him, because they each bring something different to his mind. At Macy's house, we eat Oreos and play Monopoly with her older sister, who's blonde and perfect, and probably never has to write poetry because she's too intimidatingly precious. So here's another attempt at a poem. This one's about Macy's sister. Pretty and blonde, of her we're all fond, though we secretly fear her and all want to steer her to a point where she's ugly. I can't even finish it, it's so awful. It's like a bad drawing you have to look away from to compliment, like Macy's sister, because you don't want to compliment her because it will make you feel like deep, dark dirt. So I sort of captured her, so maybe I should fish around in the garbage can and retrieve it, but maybe not. Macy likes to pretend that we're like the best friends from books, that she knows what I'm thinking, and I know what she wants. But we're merely human, and we'll never have the capacity for that much empathy. We're more like 2 kangaroos who have a sign that says, I need a friend in our pouch, instead of a companion child who bumped into each other and screamed. And now we keep bumping into each other, a lot, and screaming. Maybe that only makes sense to me, though, because I'm stupid and my similes are uncomfortable. Like I am when I sit in the waiting room at my ophthalmologist, and all those 4 eyes sit there with me and grin and read Us magazine, pretending they care about faraway celebrities the same shallow way they do about getting contacts before high school. So to you 4 eyes, I devote fail number 3. Look at me with those clear, empty eyes. Magazines in front of your face is disguise. The glass before your eyes helps you perceive me clear and straight, but only a celebrity breakup puts you in a state. That one wasn't so bad. The rhymes were good. Who am I kidding? Not Mom. She doesn't think I'm trying, which I am, I swear. I think I swear. Can you do that? The unsure, almost promise that you swear is from that weird bottom of your heart, that if it had to be a color, would be green. Why, you ask? Well, I'm not sure about why. The word as a whole conflicts and challenges you to define purpose. As you can see, that came from the green, scummy bottom of my heart. If hearts have bottoms at all. Which I'm not sure they do, because I'm still not tall enough to even prove that the pond in my summer camp has a bottom. But maybe next year, because right now my entire body, including my deep down soul, feels like it's having a growth spurt. All tingly and shaky and kind of funny, like a tickle, only too far back to itch, and I wouldn't even want to anyways, because I kind of like it. Because I'm open-minded, just like my good friend Wilbur, the pink and snouty, and not at all piggy. In fact, the opposite. I infer that he would die for Charlotte, and I would die for him, because all guards deserve to be guarded likewise. Even that grumpy school security guard, who never seems to take a sip from her omnipresent Starbucks cup. Which I guess is why Sandra, that girl from my 3rd period Spanish, gave her half of her donut when she saw that she was wearing a happy birthday pin. So hats off to Sandra, because she practices and I only preach. My 4th failure is brewing. I can feel it, but for now it just slumps in that half-baked place in my mind. And because the poem Conjuring is taking up most of my mental capacity, the only thing I can think of to do is call a friend. And because I've already seen Macy today, I call Sandra. And I ask her about poetry. And she says it's not about sounding good, it's about feeling good, feeling a little slice of the poet. And she says that it's like slicing your heart open and letting it breathe on the page. And she said, same with dancing, same with singing, same with everything you do. So I guess Sandra's heart goes out to lonely people. because of the security guard thing, and because of the way she talks to me. And now I wonder why Sandra isn't more popular. Isn't the most popular girl in the grade, in the school, in my social world, and I think it's because of media and icons and perfect people, like Macy's sister, and there isn't room for kangaroos like us. And I wonder why Charlotte and Charlotte's Web wasn't more popular. Why they didn't call her some spider or radiant or humble. She was so humble. Her heart went out to lonely people, guideless people, pathless people, and she really is some spider. Even though she didn't get to mother her children because she mothered Wilbur, so he had a mom. And maybe, just hear me out here, someone should mother my parents so they have moms. And maybe then we'll have a real connection. Because they'll be Wilburs like I am. Because I'm learning from Sandra, who is my Charlotte. So I'll bring a slice of me to the page. I'm like a pie, so round, so whole. I'm baked in a pan for total control. If you cut me up, I wouldn't be me. So I'm not one for poetry. I don't think so, at least, because it's taken me so long to get inspired, to want to be a writer, which I don't, not now, not forever, not when the moon turns purple or Macy's sister finds a flaw in herself. So I'm climbing up to the attic, and I'm curling up among the dust of forgotten possessions, and I'm seeing a coffee cup from my dead grandma, and I'm wishing the security guard would die, too, so I can cry and prove I'm not so incompetent, I'm not so different than Sandra, than Wilbur, than Macy's sister, than my mom and dad, that we're all the same, that we all must be flawed, that we all must struggle, because nobody's a pie, perfectly round. And I'm thinking, and my heart is tingling, and I'm kangarooing and screaming and making a new friend and having a growth spurt and realizing this and reaching the bottom of the pond and realizing this whole thing is a poem.